everyone, this is Anna, and today is day 2 of our Retreat Yourself. And ideally, you're doing this video in the morning on an empty stomach and with a good night's sleep. But if any of those things aren't true, it's okay. You can still practice and show up for yourself. So we're going to start. You can start at the top of your mat. I'm going to start facing the camera so you can see me better. You can put your feet hip distance apart, and we're going to start with a slight warm up. So we're going to start going on our tippy toes with each breath, and we're going to go lift our hands up with each breath. So inhale, rise up to the balls of your feet, and exhale down. Inhale, up on your tippy toes, and exhale. Inhale, up, exhale down. Inhale, up, exhale down, and one more. Inhale up and stay up. Hold it as much as you can. Stretch upwards, 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 and exhale. That gets a little bit of a warm up to our feet. And we're going to start doing some warm up to our knees. So we're going to open up a little bit wider, and we're going to start sitting backwards. So bending our knees and sitting backwards. So we're going to do 10 reps to start warming up our knees. Make sure that your knees don't go ahead of your toes, big toes. So 1, with each exhale you go down. 2, 3, you can do whatever you want with your hands. 4, 5, try to go as slow as you can. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we're going to hold it in 10, and we're going to pause here for another 10. You can open your feet a little bit wider, like open to the sides, and you're going to pause here for 10 seconds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now go upwards. Breathe up, bring your hands all the way up, arms stretch them up, and find a forward fold. You can bring your feet to face the front, your body low, and with your next inhale, go up. We're going to keep stretching from the toes to the tip of our heads. So then we've already done the knees. We're going to do some hip stretches. So we're going to do side lunges. So we're going to find open stance. We're going to go on each side, lower on each side of each breath. So we're going to start with our left hand side, and we're going to do 5 reps on each side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Make sure you keep your arms strong, your legs strong, tummy strong. I think we did 11. Good. We're going to close our feet a little bit further than hip width. Put our hands on our hips, and we're going to sway from side to side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'm going to bring our feet a little bit closer together. So now we would find them hip width distance. I'm going to take a big breath. Inhale up, and as you exhale, you fold forward. Let your head fall. Let your body feel heavy on the top. And you can grab hold of your elbows with the opposite hands. and let your head be heavy and top body be heavy. Now I want you to lift your feet up and put your hands under your feet. Put your, this meaty part of your hand, that's where your big toe should go. Give it a little bit of a squeeze and find a sway in front and backwards, giving your wrists a little bit of a stretch while you're still stretching the backs of the legs, feeling that nice stretch. Maybe you can pedal your legs now. Find a little bit more stretch, a little bit more length in your legs, in the back of your legs. Okay, you can take your hands out now. Open your legs a little bit wider, where it feels comfortable, and fold forward completely. Lift yourself with your hands, push yourself off the ground with your hands, and find a little bit of push to the front. So balance a little bit on your hands and your wrists so they get also a little bit of stretch that way. And turn them around and do the same movement. Go forwards and then backwards, forwards and backwards. Hold on to your ankles and pull yourself towards your legs. So find a little bit of stretch in your legs. Now come all the way to the left side and then go back to the right side. Good. Now halfway lift, fold, halfway lift, and then all the way up. So now we find a little bit more of a closure in our legs. We get our feet a little bit closer together, hip width distance, and we'll start stretching the top of our bodies. So you bring your hands to your shoulders and make circles with your elbows going backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then move forward. 1, 2, make exaggerated movements to make sure that you're getting good warm up on your joints. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. With your hands still on your shoulders, open them up all the way open, and then close it again. But make sure that your hands are strong, opening up strong, opening up your chest and pushing your arms backwards. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 9, and 10. Well done. Okay, I feel a little bit warm myself. I hope you're feeling warm yourself as well. I'm going to do a little bit more wrist warm up. So make fists with your hands and make little circles going outwards. And now turn around. Good. All right, let's do our neck now. So we're going to start with our left hand on our cheek, on our left cheek, and we're going to do a push. We're going to push with our left hand and push with our neck. It's a way to get both your arms warmed up and your neck warm up. So, okay, let go, and then change your hand. Right cheek, right hand, and you push with your neck, push with your head, and push with your hand. Okay, now we're going to do the same, but with our hand on our forehead. We're going to push with our forehead and push back with our hands. And then we're going to do the same with the hands back behind our back, behind the back of our head. We're going to push back with our head and push forward with our hands. Well done. And we're going to now do some circles with our head. We're going to start to do left side. We're going to do circles. You can close your eyes. Feel more comfortable, or you don't want to get too dizzy. I usually have to close my eyes. Go slowly, make sure you feel every single turn. And then turn around, the clock. Don't forget to breathe. Good. Okay, now that we've warmed up, and I always try to warm up in that order, bottom to top or top to bottom, so that you don't forget any bit of your body to warm up, any joint of your body to warm up. All right, so I'm gonna move myself now to face to stop facing the camera and start facing the mat. You can stay however you are, wherever it's comfortable, and we're going to start knees in the floor, hands and knees in the floor. We're going to start with some cat-cows. Right, so your hands under your shoulders, your feet are tucked, and your knees are hip-width distance. We're going to start with a cow, so it means that you're going to bend your back, arch your back downwards and lift your tailbone. Let your belly fall loose, and then lift your head and pull your body upwards. So lift your head with the lift of your head, you're gonna bring your chest out. And then with the exhale, you'll round up your spine, tuck in your tailbone, and bring your chin to your chest. And push yourself with your arms off and away from the mat. Then inhale, untuck your tailbone, arch your back, lift your head, lift your gaze. And then exhale, tuck your tailbone, arch your back, push yourself off the mat, chin to chest. So push yourself away from the mat, chin to chest. Inhale and exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, head up. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, head up. And exhale, chin to chest. Well done. Now, we're going to continue with that push that we're doing with our arms. And we're going to lift our legs off the ground for 5 seconds. Make sure that your arms are strong, that your knees are being hugged in together, that you're pushing them towards each other without actually touching them. I mean, you can touch them, but without actually touching them, and just make that kind of full body hug. Okay, and now throw your body backwards and stretch your legs and find yourself in downward facing dog. And 3 breaths here. And with your next breath, we're going to walk towards our hands. And we're going to walk back. And walk toward our hands. And walk back. Walk towards our hands. Try to get closer every time. And then walk back. Walk towards our hands. And then walk back. Walk towards our hands. And then walk back. Good job. Now we're going to find or bend our knees. And we're going to find a balance in your feet. So feet should be hip distance. And find comfortable position for your arms in front of you. And we're going to sway from front to back, bending our elbows. So we bend and go back. Bend elbows, push yourself forward and go back. Elbows bent, push yourself forward and go back. Front and back. Front and back. Front and back. Once more. Back and front and back. And we're going to take the opportunity here. I'm going to rotate towards the camera to find yogi squat. And now we're going to bring our hands to prayer. Open our legs a little bit. Find a comfortable balanced position. And with our elbows, we're going to push our knees open. And we're going to take some breaths here. Inhale. You can feel your groins stretching, the internal muscles of your legs stretching. And your legs are doing a push while your elbows are pushing against your legs. So it's like a push-push situation here. I'm getting a little bit of exercise for both arms and legs. Well done. Now we're going to find hands on the floor right in front of you with shoulder width distance. We're going to bring then the right hand, open it towards in front of your foot, and we're going to bring the left hand upwards and give a little bit of a stretch on the right leg, being pushed by your right arm backwards. And then we're going to change sides, and we're going to put left hand in front of our big toe and lift the right hand. Now you're going to bring your legs to the mat, your knees to the mat, hands to the mat. We'll find ourselves back in cat cow, but this time untuck your feet and push yourself from off the mat. Don't actually lift yourself, just push yourself. And bring your right hand under your body and get a little bit of a side stretch here. And you can move your left hand outwards. It's cool. Get a little bit of a stretch on your right hand side. You can bring your left hand in front of you, stretch it above you, above your head, to add to the stretch. Nice. And bring it back, bring yourself up, hands in front of you again. Now we're going to bring the left hand to the other side, bend your elbow, stretch it in front of you, and you can bring your right hand above your head and get that double stretch. There. There. Now back to hands and knees. Tuck your feet again. We're gonna now do some lifts of our legs backwards. So with your hands shoulder distance apart, find a flat back, and then bring your right leg backwards and start pushing it upwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure your glutes are strong. You don't make sure you're not bending your back. Keep your back strong and flat. And put strength on it, but make sure that your back is stopping the bend as well. Change legs. Stretch your left leg. Check that your back posture is right, and lift your left leg. Engage your core. Push yourself with your hands. Make sure that you're keeping straight back. And bring your knees back to the mat. Well done. Now untuck your feet. Sit yourself on your feet and bring yourself to full on sitting on your feet. And the exercise we're going to do next, we're going to put our hands on the side of our bodies and we're going to pretend to be throwing water. And we're going to lift our legs upwards and we're going to throw water upwards with our hands. So with each inhale, you go up and lift your legs, lift your arms, throw water, and then you go back down. And then up again, inhale, up your hands, and then back down. Up again, and back down. Up again, and back down. Make sure that your legs are staying strong, that you're engaging your glutes. And back down. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. And next up, find each hand above our heads and tuck our feet and find a little bit of a back bend. So bend backwards just a little bit. And bring your hands back down to the floor. Untuck your feet and sit back on your glutes, on your feet. And now we meet again in hands and knees. So bring your hands forward, knees hip distance, and push yourself backwards and lift yourself up onto downward facing dog. And as we did earlier, we're going to walk towards our hands. And once we're all the way up, we'll find halfway lift, hands on our shins, and fold. Halfway lift and fold. Halfway lift and fold. And with the next inhale, we're going to lift all the way up. Now we're going to do a couple of sun salutations. We will be adding to each round, but the sequence stays the same. So lift at the top of your mat with your feet hip distance apart. You're going to take a big inhale. And with the exhale, you're going to fold forward. Put the hands on the ground. Let your head fall heavy. And bring your hands to your shins and lift yourself halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up. And exhale, forward. Put your hands on the mat. And now you can walk yourself backwards from a plank pose. And from this plank, we're going to fold our elbows and find chaturanga. Lift our elbows, lift our hands, find upward facing dog. Make sure that your legs are not touching the floor. And then with the exhale, we'll find downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, we'll bring the right leg upwards, three-legged dog. Push ourselves with our hands, with our arms, keep them strong, pushing backwards. If your foot doesn't touch the ground, you can find a little bit of a bend on your knee. And then we're going to bring the foot between our hands. And we're going to find a low lunge. Bring the knee to the floor and lift your arms upwards. Find a good stretch in the front of your leg. And then bring your hands to the floor. Lift your knee from off the floor and bring it towards your other. So bring your left foot towards your right foot. And bend forward. Halfway lift. Hands and shins. And then bend all the way down. And then lift again halfway. And fold forward. And then lift all the way up. Big inhale, hands up to the roof. And then fold forward again. Hands to the mat. Let your head fold heavy. And then hands to the shins. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Hands to the floor. You can walk or jump to plank. Then from plank, you'll find chaturanga by bending your arms, stretching your arms, find upward facing dog, and then downward facing dog. Lift your left leg, three-legged dog. Lift, go to your tippy toes, and bring your leg between your hands, your left leg between your hands, and then your right knee to the floor, and arms upwards, low lunge. Take one breath here. In your next exhale, bring your hands to the floor and lift your knee off the ground, and then find the foot, the right foot next to the left foot. Fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward again. Inhale, halfway lift. And raise all the way up. Inhale and fold forward. Now bring your hands to your shins, halfway lift. And fold forward, hands to the mat. And jump towards plank, chaturanga, up dog, and down dog. In this down dog, we're going to open our legs all the way to both sides of the mat. Stretch yourselves backwards. And we're going to bring the right hand to the left ankle. So get a little bit of a side stretch here. And then we change. And then again, close your legs a little bit. And then lift the right foot. And this time, we're going to bring the right knee to the right elbow. So we move our body weight forward, tap the knee to the elbow, and go back to down three-legged dog. Tap, and back to three-legged dog. Weight forward, tap, three-legged dog. Forward, tap, three-legged dog. Tap, and one more. And this time, we're going to hover a little bit up here. And from here, bring your foot between your hands and find yourself on train tracks, which means like pretending that you would be walking on train tracks. So now we're going to push ourselves off the mat. Lift our arm up. Lift our gaze up. Take a couple of breaths here. Make sure our legs are strong. Done. Now we're going to find hands in the back of the mat, and then the left foot meets the right foot. halfway lift, exhale, fold forward, and with the next inhale, go all the way up. Inhale, big inhale, stretch upwards, and fold forward. Halfway lift, and fold forward. Halfway lift, and fold forward. Hands on the mat, jump or walk to plank, bend your arms, chaturanga, up dog, and down dog. Now lift the left leg. Now we're going to do the knee taps 5 times. 1, 2, make sure your arms stay strong, your core. 4, 5, sorry, it was 10 times. 6, 7, 8, tapping the knee to the elbow. And with the 10th one, we hover with our knee and meeting our elbow. And then we bring our left leg between our hands. Again, find ourselves in train tracks. Lift hands off the mat. And take a couple of breaths here. Feel that stretch in your quad, top of your leg. And hands to the mat. And then left foot meets right foot. And you fold forward. Halfway lift. And fold forward. Pull yourself a little bit more every time. And enjoy that stretch. Halfway lift. And exhale, fold forward. And on the next breath, all the way to the top. And the next exhale, fold forward. Hand on the mat. Hand on the shins. Lift halfway. Fold forward. Lift halfway. And fold forward. Hands to the mat. Jump to plank. Bend your elbows. Chaturanga. Up dog. And down dog. This time we're going to lift our right foot. And this time, instead of tapping the same elbow, we're going to tap opposite elbow. So we're going to now tap with the right knee, the left elbow. You can do a little bit of twist. And back up. Twist. 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 Up. Tap, twist. Up. And tap, twist. And now we're going to bring your foot between our hands. And we're going to find warrior. So lift our hands and open to the back of your mat. Make sure that there is an alignment between the arch of your back foot and the back of your front foot. Find warrior 1. Make sure that there's a 90-degree angle on your knee, front knee. Let me take a couple of breaths here. Now we're going to bring the right hand upwards, and the left hand behind your back. Now find a backward stretch. And then we're going to find the front elbow to the front knee. We're going to stretch our left arm high above us. And a good stretch, side stretch. Well done. We're going to windmill ourselves to triangle pose. So you stretch your front leg. And we're going to slide our hand down towards our foot to hold onto the ankle. And open our chest, lift our left hand up. Don't collapse over your ankle, just kind of like put your hand on it for a little bit of balance. And then lift again and reverse your triangle. Bring yourself backwards. Good stretch. Now bring your hands to the mat again and bring your left foot to meet your right foot. Fold forward. Take an in breath, halfway lift, and then fold forward again. Inhale, halfway lift, fold forward, and with your next inhale, all the way up. And exhale, fold forward, and hands to shins, halfway lift, fold forward, and hands to the mat, jump to plank, bend your elbows, chaturanga, up dog, and down dog. Okay, like on the other side, we're going to lift the left foot, left leg. Now make a twist to touch your right elbow, and then again, twist, twist, twist and tap, twist and tap, twist and tap. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And with your next one, bring your foot between your legs. Again, between your hands. Find alignment with the with the arch of your foot. And lift yourself to warrior. Take a couple of breaths here. Make sure there's 90-degree angle on your front leg and that your back leg is parallel to the mat. Don't put it at an angle. Done. Now we're going to lift the left hand, bring the right hand behind your back and stretch backwards. Done. Elbow to knee and stretch forward with your right hand above you. Well done. Now we're going to stretch our front leg to find a triangle. We're going to slide our hand down to the ankle and look upwards, open your chest. Now we're going to lift ourselves up, reverse our triangle. And windmill our hands back to the floor. Back foot meets the front foot. Forward fold. Halfway lift and fold forward. Halfway lift, fold forward. And then now lift all the way up. And this time we're going to find a chair pose. So we're going to bend our knees, feet hip distance apart, bend our knees, hands still up. You can find some cactus arms, push your back, bend, push your arms behind your back, and then lift again. Exhale, chair pose. Inhale upwards. Exhale, chair pose. Cactus arms. Inhale upwards. Exhale, sit upwards. And this time we're going to sit all the way down. I'm going to find comfortable seated position. Okay, now we're going to hold on to our knees. Find a straight back, lift yourself, even untuck your glutes. Make sure that you're sitting on your sit bones. You can feel the sit bones on the mat. And start letting go of your hands, bringing your legs together, letting go of your hands, and finding a little bit of a balance to lift your feet off the ground and your arms next to your legs, and find both toes. Here we'll straighten our legs, go a little bit lower, lift up, and stretch, and up. Make sure that your knees are touching, that your knees are pushing towards each other. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Well done. Now bring yourself all the way to the floor. And we're going to do some bridge pose. So bend your knees with your hands next to you, facing the mat. Bended knees. You're going to bring from your feet, push yourself off the mat with your feet. Tuck your bum. Engage your core. And slowly, little by little, lift yourself all the way up. Hold here. Make sure your knees are pushing towards each other. That will help your pelvic floor. Engage your pelvic floor. Lower again. And lift. This time we can do it a little bit faster, but make sure that you're doing all the engaging, core engaging, knee engaging, pelvic floor. Lift. Exhale down. Lift. Exhale down. Lift. Exhale down. Lift. Exhale down. One more. Lift. Hold. Pushing yourself. Pushing, 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 pushing. And lower back down. Now bring your hands to the creases of your hips and push downwards. Make some space in your hip joints and your vertebrae. Really nice stretch. If you're sliding, like slipping like me, you can just restart, reset, and do it again because it's a really good stretch. All right. Now fold your right knee over your left ankle over knee. Now you can bring your right hand between your legs in that little hole. Lift your left leg off the floor and pull your leg towards you, while at the same time with your elbow you push your right leg away from yourself. So you pull from one side and push with the other side. And you should be feeling a stretch on your glutes, lower back. Make sure that both feet are in the flex position. And well done. From here, you're going to bring the right knee to the floor on the opposite side and find a twist. So you fold towards the left side, and then bring your right hand to the right side all the way as far as you can reach. And if you even want to add a little bit to the stretch, you can bring your left hand over your right leg and pull yourself down a little. Just add a little bit of weight. And that should feel really good for your lower back, for the glute muscles, even for the right arm muscles. Feel really good. Well done. Lift your legs up, change feet. So bend your left knee Bring your ankle to your right knee and bring your left hand in the hole and towards, holding on behind your leg. Your elbow is pushing your left leg away while your right leg is pulling. It's also pushing, but it's a pull feeling because you're pulling with your hands. There. Stretch should feel really nice. And put your right foot back on the ground and bring your left knee to the ground on your right side. You can pull a little bit with your right hand and bring your gaze to the left side of your body so you get a full side body stretch. That should feel really nice. And bring yourself back up. Bring both knees to your chest. Give yourself a hug for showing up today and for practicing today and for giving yourself this space to retreat. Maybe sway from side to side. Give a really nice massage to your lower back. Now you can let go of your left foot, bring it all the way to the ground, and pull your right knee towards your chest. You can even open it a little bit further so you can get a little bit more stretch. You want a little bit more, then you can bring your peace sign fingers to your toe, hold on to your toe, and lift your leg to the side and stretch it to the side. Hover it over the floor. Pull it upwards a little bit. And then bring it back to your chest. And hug, and then bring it back to the floor. And bring your left leg up. Hug it towards your chest. Open it up a little bit. And you do it on the other side. Maybe find some stretch on the side as well for the leg. And hover it on the left side as well. Very nice. Fold it over again. Give it another squeeze. And bring it back down to the floor. And now close your eyes. Find yourself in Shavasana. You can stay here for as long as it serves you. If you can and have time, enjoy it for as long as you can. Try to take one big breath. Fill up your lungs, fill up your belly. And then exhale. Sigh. Thank you so much for practicing, and see you tomorrow.